Microsoft accounting package wouldn't run on his system. You know, you don't have the memory, you don't have the processing power, you need to upgrade your system. And Farmer Dude went absolutely ballistic again, towards PC Building Dude, because he's like, well, I expected this thing to last me forever. Why have you sold me something that's obsolete in 5 years? And PC Building Dude said, well, I could have sold you a system that could run the latest accounting package, but you would have been paying £2,000 for it instead of $500. So for another $500, you'll be out of pocket £1,000 over the course of 6 years to have a PC that would have cost you £2,000 6 years ago or more, and you've had 6 years of use of it for, rather than waiting until you could buy the latest and greatest 5 years later. So the GPUs, that's something I've done in the past. I usually look at stuff and say, what's the minimum I can get away with using right now? So typically I overspecify my graphics and hard drive. I will always get a bigger hard drive than what is considered to be standard. My first PC standard was considered to be, I think, 50 to 75 megabyte hard drive. I got a 365 because I figured, lots of stuff is going to get stored on it. Well, even so, I think 2.5 years later, I ended up having to put a 512 in on top of the 365. And then a couple of years later, I took the 365 out and put a gigabyte hard drive in. And it was sort of, my system was constantly running 2 hard drives. The current one was moved to the slave circuit, and the new one was primary. And I need to do this guy who has crashed into a hedge. Okay. But I've always found you can never have too much permanent storage. Memory, it's what I can get away with, and I can nip down to Best Buy equivalent and buy another stick of RAM and be good. Or usually not these days Best Buy, because I don't particularly like their business practices. But I'll go somewhere and buy a thing. Another stick of RAM, an improved graphics card. It's a graphics card that is capable of running the stuff I want it to run right this minute. And in 2 years' time, I might need something a little bit more fancy to run the latest stuff. Okay, I need turned around. I do like that Courseplay figures out which way you've got the vehicle set, and thus will do the reverse drive thing. Okay. Of course I could have set this off on a worker and crashed into the hedge full of deers. But we'll see. This time next year, well, not so much this time next year, but possibly in a year and a half's time, teenage Osa won't be using the PC we bought her for her, so that will give me a case and power supply and stuff that I could actually do my own thing. I don't like building a new PC when it takes cannibalization of my existing one, because then I'm down with no operating PC while I'm cannibalizing parts and what have you. But if I can assemble a new one, and I've been in that luxurious state in the past where I've got one that's working and I can build a new one with new parts, and then I can move some of the old parts to the new one once I'm at the point where, yes, I know the new one mostly works. That's all good. What's the time? It's 12 o'clock. Wow. So we are now delivering for Field 105. Actually, we could claim some contracts done now that I've collected a ton of hay. I think once we get this delivered, we'll take a look and see which contracts I ought to be claiming and which ones I kind of leave alone until we've got everything off the field. So, empty. So, Field 103 is empty, Field 43 is empty, 41 is in progress. Field 43 is empty. I can claim that one. Field 41 is in progress. Actually, the latest three are all kind of small. About 7 minutes on the Valtra. And let's get. So what time did I say? It's going to rain at 11 o'clock, midnight, maybe 10 o'clock. But as I say, we're in Scotland. It's summer. The sun is still, it's in the process of setting, but it's going to be setting for the next 3 hours. 71% complete on 103. So next delivery is going to complete 103. We can claim that one because that field's empty. And I think I might be close to delivering all of them. No, there were 2 left that need to be delivered. We're currently delivering 103, so I can claim 103. I could then take another contract. What other contracts are there? Just baling, and they're all. Last time I checked, all of the other baling contracts were silage. I don't have a bale wrapper at the moment. But that's a good thing. And I don't know if I'm going to get this all done before end of stream. We're kind of getting close to it. I'll probably run to about 12:30. Mrs. Osa is still taking a nap, and teenage Osa stuck her head out of her bedroom and then disappeared again, so not sure what she's planning. We do need to go and clean the church. I might go down into the basement and do a little bit more tidying up. I've had bench work pieces cut for about 2-3 months now, and I've assembled the legs onto the end frames. I haven't assembled the end frames onto the side pieces, so I probably should look at doing that while I can walk. Maybe later my back will give out because going down to the basement and doing manual work. But it would be good to get that piece done. Because I'm almost to the point now where I need to start buying plywood sheets rather than sort of lengths of 4x1 or whatever to build the frames. The frames will be done. I need running surfaces, worktops. So the sooner I can get this bit assembled, the sooner I can look at how much of another frame do I need. The problem is I'm now at the point where I'm probably going to be short of the last support post in the basement, and I need to work out how much framing I need to get around that post and come back on the other side. And then once that's all figured, I can buy the last few lengths of 4x1 that I need. I think I've got the hardware to screw it all together. I just need the wood or lumber. And then I'll be going overboard on getting... Oh, I've made a real mess of this, haven't I? I'll be able to get on with... cutting the sheets into size and position. We are already full. Good grief. Yes, I am a bit bullheaded here using the loading wagon because look at the store again. Oh, there is a bale header trailer. Oh, a header trailer. Don't need one of those. I mean, I've always argued having a bale trailer and big bales on the back is so much easier to transport because you have to make less trips, fewer trips. Fewer? Less? But we have a loading wagon because we do everything in silage bunkers and we're not using bales, so I'm stuck with what I've got. I do have the horsepower to get something bigger, which will be awesome when I can afford it or when one comes up on sales.
Call me teenager.
Yes.
You call me teenager.
Because you are one.
Why don't you call me a crazy teenager?
Okay, crazy teenager.
Why?
Oh, we're here. I can set this off to crash into the hedge full of deer.
You can't crash into deer.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes.
You already did that in real life and you killed it.
Yes, I broke its back. It shouldn't have run out in front of me. Off you go.
But it was scared.
Well, it's dead, so it's not scared anymore. I fixed its scaredness. Clear, close, engine. Turn the seat round.
You can do that.
On some tractors, you can turn the seat round.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, because that has to go that way, but it fits to the back. My mower is exactly the same. The mower sits on the back of the tractor, but you have to drive backwards to use it.
That's ridiculous.
So you have tractors with reversible drive.
Why don't you just get a lawnmower that hooks up to the front?
Because they're small.
Still, you don't have to drive backwards.
Yeah.
That's not a very good idea.
Backwards is awesome.
No.
Okay, again, this thing needs cleaned, so we should see the class go racing by again on its way to crash into the hedge. There he is. So apart from collecting everything, we've actually got the mowing, raking and rowing of all of the hay done already, which is nice. Good grief, that thing looks tired. Anyway, put that away. I could have cleaned the tractor, I guess, but no big deal. Bingo. Okay, so that is Valtra job done.
You need to spray those weeds.
Yes. And that is good. Turn that off. That's actually that's the other safety weight. Oh. Okay, Valtra. Fix. Oh, £6,000. Goodness me. That's a lot. Fortunately, we just got paid. Okay, let's go find the class, which is, again, stuck in the hedge. And again, I'm going to have to get this all straightened up. Oh, I'll get out of your way, dude. That's fine. I suppose it might be possible to mitigate that particular issue by slowing down cruise control and setting maximum speed to, say, 20 miles an hour. And then maybe the class won't crash into that hedge when it takes that corner at 30. Maybe possible. Anyway, this should... Okay, this should be the last delivery on 103. So I can get paid again. Which is awesome. You do a job, you get paid, everybody's happy. Except the person who's paying you. Except he got his job done, so he should be happy. If he's not happy, I'll be upset with him. And transport 1% on field 91. However, contract 103 is complete, so we can collect that. 12,000. That's not a lot. And 91 is one of the larger ones. So 1% done. Yay. Okay, so now it's just collect the stuff and get paid. So it really doesn't matter which field I collect now. All of the contracts pretty much done. But I'll keep doing them the way we're doing them. We'll get the furthest ones first and then move closer as time goes on. 8 o'clock in the evening, game time, and the rain will be here in a couple of hours. I suppose it's my fault that I'm always driving with weights on the fronts of my tractors. I I find that it makes them much more stable with what I'm hauling behind me. But yes, there is a risk they're going to get trapped in the hedge as I crash into it blindly. But that's my issue. I could drive around with no weights, but and I always get, well, I try to always get tractors with 3 points at the front, so I have the option of running a different thing if I need to on the front without the weight. It's coming up here. But yes, back in the 940 again. Featured in fact, this tractor is only ever featured in Saturday series. I've never run it on a weekday series when I was doing them. Okay. Oh, sorry. I have a nasty feeling that this thing is going to end up costing me an absolute fortune in maintenance. Although it doesn't, well, I don't know. I think one of the reasons why the Valtra is so expensive is because it's got the reverse drive, it's got GPS, it's got a lot of very expensive options on it. And this thing is just a base tractor. It has no extras. The Valtra also has front loader capability as well. So I just heaped on the expensive additions to it, which is why maintenance on that is like 3,000 to 4,000, 5,000 if I leave it too long. This tractor is just tractor engine, hitches, do work. No front loaders. I do want to install GPS on it, but I'm going to avoid that until probably planting season comes up, because that's when I tend to use GPS on the seeders and cultivators. But right now, yeah, everything this thing's doing is visual. Valtra, I do use GPS for mowing and raking, and the Deutz doesn't have GPS at all and really doesn't need it. Primarily because I use the Deutz on a worker, so yeah, I'm not the one driving it. And yeah, gotcha. Okay. Since this is all going to my profits, I will collect as much of it as I deem efficient. And I missed, so never mind. Okay, so coming up to 12:30, I think I will end the stream round about here. We'll get the trailer filled, I guess. 29. Oh, still not full. and 4. Come on. So I now have a trip back to the sell point. Maybe I will try. I'm going to take it across this yard because I do know the worker tends to have issues driving across yards, but if we put it on the road to our side, I'll give it a go to the delivery point, see if you can figure it out. So, thing, set destination. Hey, he's going. And, oh, I can adjust the cruise control. And let's go 22. Okay, so well, I'm going to leave you here. I wish you all a good week. We will be back next week with probably more of the same, but I'll try and vary things coming up. Where are you going? Okay then. Cool. And yeah, as I said, enjoy yourselves, and we'll be back next week. For right now, I'm out of here. Have fun, everybody.